Alright, we were back in New Newton. We had just put in our education block, and I guess we're just still waiting for a couple unlocks and some more money. But our residential demand is still off the charts, and we have all sorts of demand elsewhere too. I'm gonna check our imports panel. Okay, so we're exporting commercial goods, so we don't really need more generic industry at the moment. So let's see, our unemployment's at 7%. I guess let's just get some more residents. Just following my preferred grid pattern. Yeah, this one is off, that's right. Everybody's got water. I'm going to shut off the day and night cycle. It's fun looking at your city at night, but I can't see what I'm building, and so it's often more a hindrance than a help. So let's see, according to our meters, we're a little low on elementary. We have no university yet, and we have no health yet. Do people need health? People kind of need health, but we still don't really have a lot of money, so I don't think we have university available yet. No. Need more people. What is going on? Why is it doing that? It's on a hill, that's why. Now this rock here is in the way. I kind of like to keep those as just unique features of the city. So I might just build around it when we open the next tile. In the meantime, I just moved it to get it out of the way. So now we got huge industrial demands. I think that's just because we have a lot of people without jobs. We don't really need the goods, and we can't do office yet, so I guess we'll just give the people some jobs, huh? We are getting some people here, so I will use the pedestrian overpass. Sometimes you don't really need it in the industrial zones, but sometimes it's also better to have it and not need it than vice versa. We have a little bit of money. I think I'm just going to put in a clinic just to start getting that taken care of. Oops. Alright, so what do we got? Transport. Okay, so we can start getting bus lines in. We needed a post service to make people happy. Or specialization policies, and we start getting some highways. Good, we get some highways. Okay, and we need to put in a cemetery. Some emergency stuff. Okay. So first thing we could do is in a cemetery. So this mod is a better crematorium mod. It basically it's a crematorium with like 26 hearses rather than 6. So it's just easier to serve the city, essentially. Plop that in right there. And then we'll put in a post office. Let's see, we can put that. I'll put that over here. Start hearing that wonderful, wonderful level up sound. Here comes the rain again. Alright. We still don't have the pretty roads. So Isn't this supposed to be an avenue? It is. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to move all this stuff? Yeah. Well, we have the money. But we do have these. Alright, so we're going to start using those because we have the money. So these are the roads that I custom built these roads using the road builder mod. To me, it's essentially the holy grail. I get 4 lanes of traffic plus a bike lane plus trees in 2U, so they don't take up much room. I use these as my collectors to go between the arterials, the 4U arterials, and these local roads. The trees add land value and noise reduction. The bike lanes reduce traffic because everybody uses bikes instead of their cars when presented with the opportunity. I wonder if that means that we'll have availability of my preferred arterials as well. Yes, we do. Alright, these are my preferred arterials. Again, it's the same thing. It's 6 lanes of traffic with bike lanes and trees. And I've also, pretty sure the way I made it is so that buses only use the outside lane as well. So that's easier on traffic. Actually, we're going to make this easy. We're just going to go using the network adapter, and we're going to replace our medium road with 6-lane avenue with bike and trees. That way we don't miss anything. I don't actually think it even costs money, and we got what we need. Make sure we see what we can do. Alright, so now we'll continue out with our grid. Both these roads, this 4-lane road with bikes and 6-lane road with bikes, as well as the 8-lane road with bikes, if you really goof up, are all available on my Steam Workshop. Just look for Full Sama. That's me. And these are what I use as my local roads. I don't really need 4 lanes, so 3 lanes is enough, but I still have bike lanes on both sides and trees. Go in and repair our paths. And eventually this is the arterial, so it's going to connect up with the highway. We'd make another interchange here, but I don't think we need it yet. We still have this vanilla interchange. Let's see. Oh, and we do have highways, so we can start upgrading that. The industrial side, I usually just make them all 4 lanes, just because the industrial side is going to have more traffic than, especially a low density residential. I want to make sure trucks can turn in on either side without really affecting traffic too much. And at the big connections, the game puts in its own traffic lights. We'll keep those there for now. But we're eventually probably going to have to upgrade this one. And I think I might end up just removing that one. Where are we at? We're at 39,000. This is still doing okay. Let's just build out some more residential, and then maybe we'll put in a bus line. We also have parks. Did we put in parks yet? Yes, we have been. Alright. So, another cafe maybe around here? Might as well put one up here. We're starting to get low on garbage collection. Because our budget is... What are you doing, buddy? Well, nobody's complaining yet, so... You know what? I don't like to see that red there, so... I'm just going to turn auto budget off there. And good. Now we have plenty of garbage. And then what we're going to do is start to go in and add some trees. This just adds a tiny bit of land value and some noise reduction. You can turn on this noise pollution view and just see the red go down just a little bit. It's all just also just area beautification, something to do with the areas that you can't do anything with because the pedestrian bridges are in the way. And we're starting to get to a point where money isn't mattering as much. And again, I don't really bother with the trees over here. A, because the ground pollution is going to make them all look like they're dead, and industry doesn't care about noise. They make noise. Looks like we still do need another elementary school, though. Just another 200 kids. It's even worth. I think we have the money now. Let's just bring this intersection into its final form. So I have a few custom intersections that I've made up, or interchanges rather. I think the highest flowing one is going to be my diverging diamond, but it's a little big. We'll see if it fits. Can we even make it yet? So I don't think we can make it yet. No. Need next landmark. Okay, so we'll leave it alone for now. Needs people. We still don't even really have a decent excuse to buy another tile yet. With 100,000 to the bank, I think I could start to build out our forestry industry, or I could add more residents. I think we need unlocks, so more residents are going to be important, so we can start making a new residential block here. I think that makes sense to me, at least. Let's see, so we'll make that the avenue. My roads have a real habit of trying to elevate themselves. If anybody knows how to stop that from happening, I'd appreciate a heads up. Alright, we're getting more industrial demand than residential demand, so I think we're just going to have to go ahead and start adding our forest. Which means to make it easier, I should just buy this next tile over. And start painting some areas. While we're here, might as well make some districts. To me, the things that separate districts are highways, railroads, and bodies of water. Sometimes mountains. But I almost never use specific district policies unless I'm trying to accomplish something, so I generally make them pretty big. Mr. Forest. Put you, might as well put you here. And then I have a spreadsheet that calculates how many little guys to put in, or extractors to put in for how many processors we put in. But generally, if you only need a small forest, you only need 2 or 3 of the tree plantations to support 2 or 3 of each type of extractor. So, and then the theory that I usually use with these is that we're going to, so the extractors are going to be the thing that we export the most of. So we're going to put those close to the highway, and then we're going to put the extractors further away from the highway. That way, the lumber is going to go to a warehouse, and then it's going to go from the warehouse to the extractors, to their own warehouses, and then those are going to get exported. The only trick is sometimes running power to that far away, but we don't really need that big of an area. 1, 2. We'll go with 4. I mean, we have a big enough area. Let's get a little crazy with it. And then we're going to use one-way streets. So all the trucks are going to pick up the timber from these, and then they're going to bring them to the timber warehouse. And we're going to leave that set to balanced for now, but in general we're going to set that to empty, and then we'll put another fill one by the processors. Make sure we have water, and we're going to need to run some power. What do I want to put there? I might as well just start putting the warehouses there. It's not really going to be far enough. Alright, whatever. We'll just put let's put these guys. For now. This is really inconvenient. Alright, so we're going to use these guys. This is another mod, the better underground power lines. Instead of placing these lines and gumming up your works, you just place a couple dots. They do take up a cell, so if I want to put something here in the future, I'll have to keep that in mind. But for now, these will work. And I'm not going to put any processors in yet because I want this to kind of fill up first. We're going to use the transfer manager and make sure that's not importing anything. I don't need additional traffic coming in to fill this up when these are going to do the job. And then these two are the policies that I've been telling that we need, or that are good ideas. So our unemployment's still rather, it's not high, but it's higher than I want to see it. And our residential demand isn't quite there. I think while this catches up, what we can do is kind of make another overpass here. We're almost at the next milestone. So we'll just kind of wait. If this is going to be residential, we'll just kind of put in some of the things I know we're going to need. Like some landmarks, parks. How's our fire situation? We could use a fire station over there. Probably put in another school. I'm also trying to find things to use to fill up this zone here to buffer the residential from the industrial. I suppose we do still have some commercial demand. We can pop those in there. There it is. Okay, so encourage biking, we're going to use that one since all we're building is bike lanes. And good, so we get my favorite interchanges here. And we get roads with trees, that's nice. And we don't really generally need any of these guys. Alright. We still don't have university though, do we? No. I will put down a bus depot. We'll put that in the industry zone just so it's out of the way. And what we could do, I think we could start building our first bus line. We're going to take people to school. So the high school is right here. These roads are blue because they do have bus lanes on them. So we'll start picking, we'll just make a big loop. And I think we'll use the... No, we might as well just go for the big buses. I have 2 bus assets that I use. I kind of like the look of these guys. The Mans Lion City Mercedes buses. One is 120 capacity, one is 150 capacity. The 150 capacity buses means I generally don't need trams. If I need to step up in transit, I'll go for metro. And since this is low density residential, there's not going to be too many people, so I'll just leave it at my set default of 2 buses on the line. If it was high density, I'd consider doing a circle in the opposite direction, but I think this is going to be okay for now. I might also consider bringing a bus across to the industry, but I mean there's only a couple blocks and they have bikes and walking, so I'm not sure it's necessary. But let's make sure they use the bikes and turn that policy on. Make sure they use the recycling centers. That should be enough for now. So this is full enough. We're going to start building our processors. So let's see, we're going to go this way. We'll make them go this way, I think. I don't think we'll have to double up in the warehouse. I think we'll just use the same one just because we're in a compact space here. So we're going to start with 2 each. Well, no, we can't do that one yet. So we're just going to do 2 sawmills. I guess it doesn't really matter where we put them. Go there. And then we'll give our own warehouse to these guys. These guys produce plain timber. So, plain timber. I'm just checking their noise levels and the pollution levels, so if I can put residents here or not, and it looks like I should be able to. I should have put a pedestrian bridge here, but these things are only 1 worker each, I think, so, or 10 workers. I don't think there's going to be too much foot traffic there. In fact, I'm going to turn off these traffic lights too. We don't need them yet. And then we can come back here and let's upgrade this interchange. How are there parked cars here? They can't even get there. Whatever. So the one I'd like to use is this guy. This is it's a diverging diamond, but they're all grade separated, so there doesn't need to be any traffic lights. But it is rather big. I don't know if it's going to fit. Oh, it might. We'll turn off zone snapping here so it can be a little more deliberate. Yeah, this will fit. Perfect. This is a perfect interchange for your main entrance into the city. Just because, again, there's not going to be... This can handle as much volume as you can throw at it. Take Mr. Network Multi-Tool, join that up. Just nice and pretty. Now we need to make sure it works. So okay, should be good to go. I know when everybody sees this, they want to see the underground view, just to see where those two lanes are going. Those are left turn lanes. So they're just little snakes. So these guys going from here that want to make a left will take the underground tunnel. Same with this side. These guys who want to make a left going south take the underground tunnel. It's just snaky so that they don't have to slow down much. Because that does affect your traffic. Why are you stopping? You don't need to stop. Take out the traffic lights. We do not need them. Okay. Actually, we have 4 of these. It's actually more than sufficient for 2 of each, so I'm going to add another processor there. Where can we stick it? I want to stick it right there. What's this? And let's just make sure that these are putting out as much as we want them to. 1300 is not a lot. I don't know why it's so low. Do we not have enough actual forest? What's going on? Putting out 4,800 a week. Why is it only putting out 1,000? I wonder if it's... Yeah, sometimes auto budget really kills you. I know why I did it though. It's also auto budget was reducing the production value on these because I don't have enough processors yet to use all the extracted stuff, so it was kind of inefficient. But I'm okay with exporting just the raw lumber. So I want to make sure my numbers are right. That's better. So 5280, it's 4,000 times 10% because of the automated advanced automation. So that's more like what I want to see. And generally, if you make the zones big enough, they should be making money most of the time. But the real money with the industry DLC is the unique factories. So I generally don't worry about how little money, or even if these are losing a little bit of money. It's going to fluctuate every week depending on the processing cycle. But once you start getting the unique factories, then you start making the real money. Okay, so let us join these up. Then put another intersection down here. What do we want to use? I'm not sure I can fit another one of these. And I also don't necessarily know that we need that big of an intersection. Let's see what we got. We're not going to elevate the highway. In fact, if anything, I'm almost tempted to try a sunken highway for the city. But let's not worry about that. So we have single point service interchanges. We have diverging diamonds. We have partial cloverleafs. We got this guy. This guy is interesting. It's a spaghetti noodles, but it's basically a turbine service interchange rather than system interchange. It's about the same throughput as this guy. It's just a little bit smaller of a footprint, but in my opinion, the spaghetti just doesn't look that great. So I think what we might end up using is just a single point. Very small, but very functional. Just kind of plop that one. There. No, I don't need bike lanes across it. Then The ramps aren't the greatest look in the world, but I generally go for space efficiency over realism in some certain situations. This particular interchange, again, is designed to be as small as possible, just because a lot of the times in especially urban environments, you really don't have a lot of space for something like this. We did because I kind of planned ahead. We probably could have fit another one of those in here, but there's no reason really. This is going to be enough throughput. And generally there's a 3-stage light here, but it's not going to receive enough traffic that's really going to make a difference. So we're just going to put some yield signs in for now. If it really starts becoming an issue, then we can put in lights. Look at that, they're already using it. Good. Let's do this. Let's make sure that pedestrians and bikes can get across. Both of these. So... Alright, level 2 forest, we can put in the paper plant. So they put in a traffic light here. I'm debating whether or not we need to keep it. I'm going to keep it for now. We'll see what happens. So let's get our additional processors here. Paper plants. How big are they? They are a little big. Well, we're gonna have room for 3 of them. I don't want to do that. I like keeping the rocks there just for my sense of aesthetics. Again, the one-way streets here are so that the trucks will come in with their timber and drop them off here, and then the trucks will come from here and drop them off to the warehouse there for export. Do we need more power? Power, yes, our power budget's maxed, so we need more power. Can we get the good stuff yet? No. So we're just going to put in another coal plant for now. And what's our water looking like? Our water budget's still okay. But this guy needs water. It's not quite close enough. Okay, so basically this is a quote-unquote done forest area. We have our extractors, we have the processors that can get rid of all the extracted material. So we can either build our first unique factory, which for this one I think is the furniture factory, or we just start building barracks out to make sure that it can, A, it's more efficient, but B, we get enough workers. We need 650 workers in order to get level 5. And we're going to set this to empty now. The trucks will still drop things off here, but it won't be as reluctant to feed the timber to the processors. That should get rid of the imports. Same with this one. If we set the warehouses to empty, then the processors will still drop things off to the warehouse, but the warehouse will always try to export it. We don't have trains yet, so it's going to use our highway connections, but that's fine. Our traffic is still good, right? We got 79% flow right now. This is backing up. Okay, so this is a bugged warehouse. I don't know why. I don't know if it's my mods or a new bug introduced by the latest game patch, but sometimes these small warehouses won't like trucks coming in. And so, yes, it's a waste of resources, but I find if I just replace it, it just goes away. What happens is that the trucks will sit out here for 5 minutes trying to deliver their stuff, and so that backs up traffic. This needs to be plain timber. So I'm just going to sit here for a little bit and make sure that trucks can in fact use that warehouse correctly. Come on. Okay, that's much better. Just had to wait for a production cycle. Okay, so we still demand residents. And what do we need for high density? We need 7,500? Yeah, we need 7,500 people. Alright. Commercial. Throw some commercial here. And maybe some commercial here. again, why does it want to do that? Okay, so that's a unique factory. Okay, so we got the furniture factory and the plastics, or the printing press. Both of those just use... Alright, so this one needs plastic. We don't have oil yet. This one, plain timber and paper, so we can do that. So our plain timber is here, and our paper is here, which means that if we put the furniture factory over here, the traffic is all going to be going this way, which might conflict with all the traffic that wants to go that way. But I think it'll be okay. I think we're still going to use one-way roads. So we're going to put 3 warehouses here. We're going to put a fill warehouse for the paper and the wood. And then we're going to put an empty warehouse for the furniture. So what that does is that if we set this to empty, then the processors will drop their goods off to here, and then the warehouses will transfer them from here to here, and then they'll go from these fill warehouses to the unique factory product, which will then put it here, which will then go to export. It's basically changing your truck traffic to the warehouse trucks rather than the processor trucks or the factory trucks, because the factory truck, it has, well, this one has 10, but like for the shipyard, the most profitable one you have, it only has 1 truck. So trying to make 1 truck do the export traffic for everything is just, it's asking for trouble. Why does it have to be so big? Okay, we'll put it there. Water. And actually what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to use our space. Wow, can we put a barracks in there? We can. Alright, fine. We'll do that instead. I was going to move this over a little bit, but I do like putting in quite a few barracks, so we'll do that instead. Barracks add workers so that you can level up, and they increase the efficiency of output so you can make more money. All around a good deal. barracks want to be how big? Barracks want to be 13U? No. Yeah, 13U. So 13U right around here. Times 2 is 26. I'll just bring it all the way down and go. Let's see what happens. Nope, not big enough. So that is 5 barracks. We'll leave that for now and see what it leaves us. So that means, all right, so we're gonna need a couple more buildings to level max. I'll wait for the maintenance buildings. I'm not exactly clear on what the maintenance buildings really do for you other than reduce pollution, but I build a couple anyway because they're good sources of jobs. And since we're producing so much of this and not using it, we'll crank the production up on the furniture factory. Okay, definitely need people now. I don't know why the 4-lane highway asset really wants to produce zoning next to it, but obviously we don't want zoning on highways. Make these guys happy and put some parking lots in for them. All right. Still just waiting for 7,500 population. Okay, so our residential demand is a little low. Commercial demand is about where we want it. We still have some industrial demand, but that just means that they're going to find jobs here, which is good for us. So, this is the point where we make sure our services are good. High school availability. I think I'm going to wait a little bit on that. What's our education levels look like? So, most still uneducated. We have a few educated. We don't have a university yet, so we don't have any highly educated. Okay. Oops, now we have demand again. Alright. Good. Build out this highway a little bit. Big town, there we go. This is the big one. So we get metro, and we get the high density zoning. And university. And the rest of our disaster stuff. And the solar updraft tower, which, aside from the fusion generator, is the most efficient power generation device you have. Bigger hospitals. Yeah. So that's all good. That's weird. I almost feel like this interchange is getting more traffic than the other one. But what are these people? What are they doing? Why are there trucks there? Something's up. Trucks can't make that left. Okay, why are they doing that? So that for some reason they can't make this right. And then They want to make a U-turn. They're coming from the commercial. That's acceptable. That's fine. But why can't they make the right here? So they can make it right there. Go straight there, but they can go... Let's change this spaghetti a little bit. What the heck happened here? Go, move it. Okay, that guy made the right. That's good. Okay. I still made a left. Where is he going? Is he making a delivery? Yes. He's delivering furniture to a clothing store. Okay. That's fine. You do what you need to do. Okay, and our traffic is still at 78. We don't really need to look at that. We have demand for just about everything. Almost at level 4 there, which I believe that would give us our maintenance buildings. Good. And residential demand, at this point, we could start converting these to high density. But do we want to do that, or do we want to expand? I don't know. I like seeing skyscrapers, so what I'm going to do is we're going to look for the place with the highest land value, which is around here, and then we're going to start converting these to high density zones. So goodbye. Hello. Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye. That's honestly more than I should have done. I'm worried about death waves. I'm also a touch concerned about getting rid of these educated people. But in the name of progress... The other thing I could do is start adding a few paths. Just to make it easier to get these guys local. Stop it. I don't want you to snap. Won't worry about those guys yet. These guys. There. We can kind of scoot these over a little bit. Should be good enough for now. I'm starting to consider Metro too. I know there'd be a stop by the high school, and we'd want to get them over here to work, but I'd only have 2 stops at this point, so I'm not sure it's necessary. Although what I can do, I think, is I will block out room for the depot. I'm trying out the Metro overhaul mod, and so what that does is bring in the necessity for a Metro depot, which in the vanilla game you don't need, but it does take up space. I don't think I'll need an avenue, but I'm going to stick with my grid. Okay. 23, 22, 23. Metro Depot. Well, that's inconvenient. All right. Okay, level 4, which means you have the maintenance abilities. Good, get a few more workers. And that allows to channel power too, wouldn't it? Beautiful. Let's add 2 of these, I guess. Then I'm going to add another more barracks too. Make 6 barracks, and that should make our easy level 5 logging area. Why are we importing? Who is importing? Okay, interesting. So these guys aren't getting enough timber. So can. What do we want to do about that? Okay. So we're going to relocate this guy. And we're going to put in another field. This may be overkill with a medium field, but we shall see. It's also not on my preferred one-way route, but again, with the 6-lane avenue here, I'm not too worried about truck traffic. What I can do is make sure these guys aren't allowed to import. Okay. And so at this point, we are no longer worried about money. It's always nice. Well, I make sure our taxes are set right. I'm not worried about money, but why not make more of it, right? Oh, we need a university too. Did we have a plan for... a university campus? I thought it was further south. I'm just consulting my map here. University campus. Alright, so we had a touch of it up here. Oh, the big one was going to be over here. Okay. That makes it a little easy. So our airport was going to be around here. Our campus is going to be around here. This is going to be our downtown area. This we can keep low. And then ore was going to be down here. We do have pretty high industry demand. And we don't have well-educated Sims yet, so we can't put in office. So I think we're going to have to chain it. I think we're going to put in our university campus. And that will allow us to start getting some educated Sims, which will allow us to get office and start doing all the things. What the heck? That wasn't necessary. Come on, stop. Stop. I'm okay with hills. I don't have to want to level everything. Okay, so campus area. And then we will spread this out. Oops, didn't want to do that. We'll put a university, we'll call it down here, I think. trade school. Do I want trade school? Let's see. No, I really don't. We're not going to reach 16,000 anytime soon. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to plop down a regular university and we'll upgrade later. It's a little off, but I'll accept it. Alright, looks like we're going to have to do some leveling. Put Mr. University right there. I think that gives us an excuse to do more of a bus line. So we're going to take this, we're going to put it this way, and we're just going to go up and down the street. And then we're going to go here.
Warning, experts predict an earthquake could hit the area soon.
Fun, okay.
An earthquake is occurring. Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area.
That could have been a lot worse. Alright. Big bus for this one because a lot of people are going to the university. And actually we're going to put in 4 vehicles there. We'll see how that does. How is our other line doing? 6 passengers a week. Our other line is completely unsuccessful. Nobody cares. Okay, so fix the earthquake. We want highway ramp back. Where else do we need to go? Let us, since we are flush with money, put in some disaster response. Just in case that happens again. We'll put in some fire helicopters. So that when fire spreads, it's not as awful. We will put in the disaster response air base because sometimes roads get destroyed. Boink. And we'll put in our detectors. Small city, train, okay. Fun. Monorail is pretty useless, but the train's going to be our friend. Okay. Put in weather detection and meteor detection. We will need, so we're on the shore, so we will need tsunami detection. So we'll just put that there. And then we need to make sure the citizens know what's going on. Where do we want to put the antenna? Can we fit it in here? Yes, no. Not really. Any hills? Yes. Alright, I think we're going to use a short mast for now. What's this? We put those in. Alright. So that should be good. We could do emergency shelters too, but I generally don't. I think it takes up valuable space. There's two arguments for it. One, it saves your citizens if you give them enough time to evacuate. And two, it actually does, every building likes it. So if you're struggling to get buildings to level up, adding emergency shelters nearby may tip them over. But I found that I generally don't need it. Okay, power. Is that auto budget doing its thing? Yeah, we don't really need power yet, so. Okay, so we still have pretty huge industry demands. aren't getting educated citizens yet. So I'm wondering if we should start expanding and putting in our farm and getting rail in there. Instead of citizens. Yeah, I think that'll be the project for next video. We're going to expand up to these 2 tiles. We're going to put in our farms. We're going to put in our oil fields. And we're going to bring rail into the city. So give me a like, subscribe if you like it, and we'll see you next time.